welcome back to Let's Play about Code 2 then. I finished that. I think. I know I've finished the game, I don't know if I've uploaded all the parts. Anyway, I'll probably check that later. Yeah, I've been doing a little bit of tweaking. And I've no idea how well it will go. I've still got this on 1080p, I've got to change it round. But I'm gonna... This episode's just going to be on the Normandy. I'm going to be running around talking to different people. So, yeah, like I said, the tweaking I've done, I've changed certain things, added certain things, and hopefully the game will look and perform a little better. I think I've got it so max frame rate is at 40 now rather than 60. So when it does drop from 60 to 40, I won't notice it at all. Love it to be this smooth as it is now at 1080p like it is, but it won't be so.
Can I help you, Commander?
How'd you end up in the military anyway?
My family didn't have money for university. When the Alliance saw my aptitude scores, they offered me a full scholarship. I served my required years after graduation and decided to stay. I really like the challenges of the lab. Although, I'm sure I'll grow to love frontline service as well.
You worked in Alliance R&D?
Yes. You'd think quantum entanglement would make communication easy, but imagine incorporating multiple incoming sources and then networking them with extrapolations of time-lag data to construct a coherent situation GUI. It's an exciting challenge. For me, anyway.
I'm surprised you're worrying about a toothbrush. We've got bigger problems right now.
Oh, believe me. Seeing the Reapers on Earth was terrifying. But I won't help anybody by bursting into tears here in the CIC, will I? Being here on the Normandy helps. If anyone in the galaxy can stop the Reapers, it's you. And if flagging your messages and managing strategic intel helps you in any way, then it's worth it.
Where are you from originally?
A colony in the Terminus systems, actually. Though I studied on Earth, at Oxford. My parents were from London. They loved Earth, but they wanted the freedom a colony life could offer. If they stayed in London, I imagine they'd be dead right now.
A lot of people back on Earth are still alive, and counting on us.
Quite true, Commander.
Carry on, Specialist.
Yeah, without using a co-released editor, I can't mod a lot of the things in the game, but I can still do some minor stuff on the indie tweaks. And I might max out the shadow resolution to something like triple what I've got now and just do some screenshots or something. Just some harmless fun. I'm not going to be able to play it like that, unfortunately, but yeah.
Hey, Commander. You know, I had my doubts about the Council. But after years of ignoring your warnings, they're finally willing to step up and tell you they just can't help.
They're doing everything they can.
Did they at least validate our parking? Well, let me know if you want me to get them on the channel and then hang up on them. You know, for old time's sake.
Yeah, 24 frames then with that door open. But then we always get lower frames in chat like that. It's kind of weird. I have a feeling I'm going to be doing a little bit of editing here as well, getting rid of the possibly massive amounts of times in elevators. Well, they're not massive amount of times in elevators. Either it's gotten better because of my slightly better CPU, or there's just not so big on this version. I'm looking around the ship because I don't know who's where and what. May end up fast forwarding this. Find me old models. The Destiny Ascension. Does that mean it's a good thing I'm looking all around the ship, because it's probably spread all over the bloody place? Yeah, I'm gonna switch the frame rate. Not the frame rate, the resolution to 720. see how bad it looks compared. Added anti-traffic filtering to 4 times, so it may look better in certain things. So it looks better than it did, but not as good as it 1080p. Serviceable now. I found me cringing every now and then. Considering how well it runs most of the time, I may actually increase the shadows just a little bit. Because the shadow depth or shadow resolution or whatever is set at, I think it's 1000 or 1024 or whatever. I may increase it to like 1200 or 1500, just so the shadows look better. Of course, it may be a bad idea, and I'll leave it. Who knows?
Commander?
Everything okay down here, Doctor?
The Alliance team cleaned up and restocked, but it's still my old med bay. Feels like home.
Welcome back.
Thank you. Let's waste no time. If I may, I'd like to examine you.
Nothing wrong with me, is there?
No, but we should keep an eye on all those cybernetic implants Cerberus grafted into you.
Expensive stuff bringing me back.
And worth every penny. Let's just make sure everything is okay.
Guess a checkup never hurts. Just no scalpel this time, Doc.
Alas, to my great disappointment, it is nothing invasive. I'm just going to run some diagnostics on your implants, and it'll take a few readings. Good. Your implants are showing little sign of rejection. Just keep up that positive outlook of yours, Commander, and your scars shouldn't return. That's it. You're the picture of health.
Yep, that's Old Shepherd, the picture of health.
How's our inventory of meds?
The medbay was fully stocked before you left Earth. We should be good for a long time, even given the amount of fire you take each day.
I don't get fired on every day. Okay, maybe I do, but not every second of every day. Every other second.
Do you ever regret working for Cerberus?
We didn't work for them. We used them. If I were to feel anything, it would be guilt. We took their money, took their best people, took their best ship. We used them to defeat the Collectors, and now we are using their resources against them. So no, I don't regret it one bit.
Yeah, we're using their resources, but unfortunately, if anything we learned in the last one, old Tim has a hell of a lot of resources. So I think that, what was it, 9 months since the end of Mass Effect 2? He's probably recouped almost all of his losses. If not gained more, because he's probably got a bajillion shell companies.
You've never mentioned any of your family.
None to speak of, really. I'm the last of a prestigious line of medical professionals. The Alliance is my spouse, and you're all my children. I'm blessed with many close friends. But with each Alliance vessel taken, I lose one or two. We need to end this war.
I'll see you around, Doctor.
Take care, Shepard.
Take care. Now I know there's nothing up there, but there may be a ship. Didn't want to do that. I don't really think I move any faster. I don't actually have the storm speed boost that you have when you're in armor, so it just looks faster. I was actually going to suggest, let me know if you want me, when I do like running around and searching for people and things and quests and stuff, there's going to be quite a lot of this in between actual missions. If you want me to like skip it and just go to the bits where he talks to people, like from out of there, I would have gone out the door, it would have faded to black, and I wouldn't have had all that running around. It would just like fade back in when I come to about here. But of course I'm going to be like recording, uploading and privating up to about 20 to 30 or 40 odd videos before I start making them live, so I'm going to be a bit ahead. Hell, 40 videos, I may finish it before I upload it. I mean, release it.
Commander Shepard, it's a pleasure to see you again.
You're the drone from the Shadow Broker's ship.
Dr. Tassoni now refers to me as Glyph instead of Info Drone, 95% of the time. If you have a moment, I'd like to draw your attention to a terminal in her office. It analyzes information packages. If you find any useful data, I can research upgrades for you.
And what should I be looking for?
I'll inform you if you've found relevant data. When you do, return to this terminal for your choices. In the meantime, Dr. Tassoni would like to speak with you. Have a pleasant day.
Any relevant data, like the...
Meeting with the council didn't go too well, huh?
It was less than ideal.
I'm shocked.
At least the council can't deny the Reapers exist. But I'm not sure how much comfort that is while they bicker over which portion of the galaxy to save.
Wow. Becoming the big info brokers turned you into a real cynic, Liara. I like it.
I'm flattered. I think.
Probably best to be flattered. Yeah, like Glyph said, he actually did send me a message on my main terminal. So we do have an armor mod kit. So we're going to have shield bonus or ammo capacity. Ironically, both of them would be useful, but I think the extra shields is going to be more useful on this difficulty. Although that said, considering all the enemies take so much more to kill, it's going to be what's useful and what's massively useful.
This terminal contains non-essential correspondence from your allied forces. Dr. Tassoni has granted you access.
Why, how kind of her. Glyph, remind me to clean up these old notes. Perhaps reviewing them will lead to something useful for the Prothean device, Liara. I'm not gonna read all of this, so I'll just scroll through it slowly so you can pause it and read it yourself if you want to. The main reason I'm not going to read it all is because I've got very little drink left. I only thought this was going to be a short one, and I could get it processing when I go down the shop and buy some more electric and some drinks and stuff. Just wanted to do some more.
Please, enjoy your day.
What I'm doing, I've got to talk to Liara. I wanted to do some more Witcher stuff as well, so.
Looks like you brought more than just that drone from your ship.
A few things were necessary. I'd be a very silent shadow broker without data feeds.
So you have access to your resources?
What I can get. We'll need it to research this Prothean device. Until we understand precisely what it does, it's far too dangerous to use.
Did the Protheans actually complete this weapon?
You mean, will it work? They wouldn't have poured their last resources into this device if they thought otherwise. But we really need to find out just what kind of weapon they left us.
It'd be nice to know we're not kids playing around with a loaded gun.
Absolutely. The damage it could cause if it backfired is unthinkable. People were finally starting to listen before the Reapers came. If we'd had a little more time, maybe Earth wouldn't. I'm sorry. I understand if you don't want to talk about it.
The thought means a lot, Liara. Thanks.
You're welcome. And since I didn't mention it before, it's good to be back, Shepard.
That glare, it hurts my eyes.
Hello again, Shepard.
So is that drone your new secretary?
Glyph is a VI shell that indexes my search functions on the data feeds. I couldn't work without it. Although I'm lucky Edie let Glyph on board after it tried to rewrite her scheduled tasks.
I was merely attempting to standardize the ship's automated systems to our own, Dr. Tassoni.
Yes, that's precisely why you're confined to the cabin.
I remember that before that used to glitch, and for the rest of the conversation we'd both be looking at it.
What's been happening with you as the broker, Liara?
It's been exciting. The old broker's ship? Impressive, but it was never meant to be space-worthy. Which meant the elusive man eventually tracked me down on Hagalaz.
What happened?
I knew he was coming.
Farron and I loaded as much of the ship's specialized hardware onto a shuttle as we could. We got away from Cerberus' ships after arranging an appropriate distraction.
What kind of distraction?
Sending the broker's ship exploding into a Cerberus cruiser. I don't think the elusive man expected me to give up my resources in such a spectacular fashion.
Can you still operate as the broker without the ship?
Well, I couldn't let the elusive man have it. I saved what was crucial. My network of agents is intact, although the Reapers have taken a toll on their numbers. It's taking a while to re-establish contact.
So where is Farron if you two escaped?
He convinced me he was recovered enough to work, and I do need more agents.
Agent Farron didn't report any injuries during his last call to you, Doctor.
True. Given what he survived, I should probably worry less.
What have you been up to since we last saw each other?
Since you helped me defeat the Shadow Broker, I started looking for defenses against the Reapers. The Protheans were the only ones with substantial information on them. The older civilizations barely had records. I knew the elusive man was hunting for the same thing when our agents began crossing paths.
Like on Mars?
I thought I'd covered my tracks, but he had surveillance there all along.
We'll talk later, Liara.
Of course.
Next is engineering, I think. Yep, engineering and then the shuttle bay. Grunt's old quarters completely locked off. So, Deanna, how's it feel working in a place which used to deal with our trash?
How's your new assignment working out, Allers?
Fairly normal, except for the unshackled AI, Matriarch Benezia's daughter, and the communicator that can reach Earth. The first two, I can deal with. That last one gets my attention.
So what are you asking for exactly?
Anything from Earth is the lead story right now. That's not opinion, it's fact.
Maybe I can pass on a few non-classified progress updates.
Seriously? You just doubled my ratings. I don't need FaceTime, just a data upload.
Tell people what's really happening on Earth. We need long recruiting lines on every planet after you air a story.
I can do this, Commander. Remind me to tell you about the time I made an Elcor cry.
I'd rather not.
Commander, welcome back to the Normandy. Or maybe you should be saying that to me.
Engineer Adams, what are you doing here?
I was put in charge of the drive core retrofits. My experience on the Normandy SR-1 made me an obvious choice.
So, what do you think of our SR-2?
She's incredible. If there's one nice thing I can say about Cerberus, it's that they know how to build a ship. And about that, Cerberus, I mean, I owe you an apology.
How so?
Back when you got this ship, Dr. Chalk was contacting me, asking me to help with your mission against the Collectors. I refused. I didn't have your back, and I'm sorry for that.
Why didn't you join us?
I saw what happened to you when the Normandy went down. I didn't trust that it was really you, and I certainly didn't trust Cerberus. Also, as an officer of the Alliance, I don't just leave my post, you know?
Your Alliance first. That's the way it should be.
Thank you, Commander. Glad to be aboard.
What do you think of Edie?
We had a good talk during the retrofit. A little strange at first, talking shop with an AI.
AI? I thought Edie posed as a VI to keep the likes of you from unplugging her.
Yeah, but I saw through her. Have you seen her hardware? Processing power is off the charts. And then there were the problems that kept fixing themselves. If I hadn't had her pegged, I would have sworn I was losing it.
You never expressed any skepticism, Lieutenant Adams.
I figured I'd better play it safe with the Cerberus AI, Edie. No offense.
None taken. As long as you keep your fingers out of my cognizance processors.
In the beginning, I tried disconnecting her from key processes without giving myself away. Easier said than done. But Joker seemed to trust her, and in time I saw her advantages. Even grew to like her.
Is your family okay?
My parents are serving on Viridian Zenith, an Alliance agricultural vessel. My sister is a navigator on the SSV Benjamin Davis. Happy to report that both vessels are safely under Hackett's command.
So pretty safe then, actually.
Does the new Normandy stack up to the old SR-1?
Stack up. It blows the old ship away. The Tantalus drive core has been completely overhauled. The SR-2 might be nearly twice the size, but the new drive core is 3 times bigger. This ship can fly. That said, Cerberus isn't too high on safety. If pushed past her limits, this core would vent into engineering. Guess it gives my team incentive to keep her well balanced during a firefight.
Do your job or get vaporized.
Pretty much. I noticed you upgraded the kinetic barriers with cyclonic technology. Should help reduce the draw when under missile fire.
Hopefully that means fewer vaporized engineers.
The IES stealth system is significantly improved. It can handle a higher blue shift of our emissions.
And that means...
We should be able to drop out of FTL without triggering every sensor in range. Very handy for stealth reconnaissance. All in all, the Normandy is a marvel of engineering.
Really, Shep? In that day and age, you don't know what a blue and red shift is? Even I know what that is. And I'm an idiot.
Carry on, Adams.
Aye, aye, sir.
Right then, let's go down to Jack's old playground. Ooh. Taurian vessel. Ooh, sovereign. And my guinea pig. Space hamster. I'll get it right eventually. Just saw that out of the corner of my eye. And the shadow broker ship. Any more here? No. Ooh la 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 la. I will say I have missed the ease of wear on this headset compared to my PS4 one. I mean, after like an hour, my PS4 headset gets really uncomfortable. It compresses painfully on the ears. One ear, ironically, just my left ear. And it creaks a lot, so whenever I move around or talk, it creaks most when I talk. Legs. Yep. Creaks and cracks and pops when I talk and stuff. It's kind of weird. If you've seen my my Batman, the SR one, my Batman Arkham Knight playthrough, then you know what I mean. It's all kind of heavy duty and strong, but it's all plastic, so.
Hey, Shepard. How'd it go with the council?
Same as usual. Non-committal. Unhelpful.
Bet they still wanted you to help them out, no?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. We're gonna rescue a Turian Primarch from Paladin.
Sounds like fun. Never been to the Turian homeworld. You down here for a reason?
Just came down to talk.
Great. Not sure what there is to talk about. You already know my service record.
I don't, actually. I didn't have access to personnel records when we met.
Right. Forgot about that. Well... Think you can dance and talk at the same time?
Sure, but I'd like to know about that interesting magic trick you did with your neck and that pole. I mean, I can do the same thing with my legs, but not my neck.
I think I can handle it.
Okay, loco. Let's dance.
Don't push your luck, Vega. With age comes wisdom. And rank.
Ha! You sound like my old CO.
Oh, yeah? And who was that?
Captain Tony. He was a hard-ass son of a bitch, but a good leader.
Was?
Died. With most of my squad. Protecting a civilian colony from a collector attack.
And the colony?
It was either them, or the intel we had on the collectors. Intel we could have used to destroy them. I chose the intel.
Sorry. That's a tough call.
The best part was, we didn't really need the intel in the end. Because you were out saving the galaxy by taking down the entire collector homeworld.
You didn't know. You can't blame yourself, Vega.
Who says I'm blaming myself?
Just a guess.
You a shrink too?
Nope. But that stunt back on Mars was reckless. You're lucky to be alive.
So?
So? Maybe you don't care if you live or die.
Or maybe... I'm just willing to do whatever the fuck it takes to end this goddamn war!
Maybe you are. But if you're half as good as I think you are, we need you alive.
Thanks for the pep talk.
Anytime.
Hey, thanks for the dance, Loco.
Loco, huh?
I can think of worse things to call you.
As long as you remember who's in charge, you can call me whatever you want.
Oh, I won't forget.
Yeah, that kind of sounds fairly bad. I know. I think I actually mentioned it a few times. How communicating with the Alliance, or having more communication would have helped better, but I suppose in the end it was a judgment call, and he still would have gone for the intel, even if he knew exactly what we were doing, just in case it failed.
Lieutenant Steve Cortez, shuttle pilot. Got news about our supply chains, Commander.
Good work, Lieutenant. What have you got?
Dios! Straight to business without even a hello? You two need to chill out.
So you do care, Mr. Vega? Or is that the Cerveza talking again?
So what's happening with our supply chains, Lieutenant?
Alliance procurement chains are in chaos, but the Citadel's economy is still running. I can network to Citadel retailers. You can view inventory and make purchases right from this console.
When I network to a new store, I'll let you know.
It does cost more to coordinate delivery to the Normandy, so it's cheaper to buy supplies when you're there.
So you're my shuttle pilot, but you're setting up procurement chains?
I wasn't assigned as Normandy's pilot. Not much need for one on a dry dock ship. I was overseeing the retrofit of the cargo hold. I'm quite familiar with the operation and maintenance of the UT-47 Kodiak and the M44 Hammerhead. In my experience, it made sense for me to take over as shuttle pilot when we left Earth. Especially given Mr. Vega's love of mid-air collisions.
To save the day, pendejo!
I'm also responsible for logistics, making sure the armory and shuttle are properly stocked and maintained.
Do you maintain this armory?
I share that duty with our illustrious Mr. Vega. Though I believe the only weapon he really cares to maintain is himself.
You know you love the show, Esteban.
The first retrofit we did was to move the armory down from Deck 2. I'm not sure what Cerberus engineers were thinking. Now you get off the elevator, pick your gear, and head right into the shuttle.
Just like the original Normandy.
Welcome back to the Alliance, Commander.
You were stationed on Earth. Do you have family there?
I'm an only child. Lost my parents years ago. I had a husband back when I was stationed at Ferris Fields. The collectors took out the whole colony. I'd rather not talk about it.
The Kodiak seems a bit different.
Good eyes, Commander. This is the UT-47A Kodiak. It's got an upgraded EZO core and prototype stealth technology based on the Normandy design. For quick drops, I can get you in and out virtually undetected. She flies like a brick, so that's why you need a good pilot.
Yeah. Not the other guy who likes mid-air collisions.
What happened to the M44 Hammerhead?
It was sent to the tech labs for a retrofit. To afford mobility with such a small ESO core, its design sacrificed armor plating. The lab engineers are trying to improve that. After the Reaper invasion, those labs are probably just a pile of rubble.
I like that. Oh well.
How long have you been with the Alliance?
About 10 years. I enlisted in First Fleet serving on the SSV Hawking, flying F-61 Tridents mostly. I love the Trident. It practically dances in low atmo. I spent as much time tinkering on my bird as flying her. Got a bit of a reputation.
So, you can fly fighters and fix them.
Yeah, and I got a knack for procurement too. They were grooming me for CAG, but my skill set made me more valuable commanding a flight deck. They assigned me to the Normandy retrofit team about 5 months ago to oversee all cargo bay modifications.
Keep up the good work.
Yes, Commander.
Let's have a look at these then. Search of supplies. Anything new there? No, I've got all of that. Okay, so well, usually I would like to go to the actual places and get these because like it's an extra 400 credits. Oh, the Inferno armor. Never going to use them. Don't particularly like what they look like. I'm going to buy some of the stuff. Spy for rifle, yeah. Stability dampener, that's what I wanted. Magazine. Yeah, why not? I've got plenty of money at the moment, so. Hello, I'm just going to buy it all. I mean, because I haven't completed the game on PC yet, I don't have the new game plus options, so all the weapons and equipment can only go up to +5, which is a bit of a shame. Still tempted to buy that Black Widow. These are the weapons, you can upgrade them. Different ones cost more money. Like the Mantis. I like the Mantis because it's a high damage single shot. You can usually one-shot things when you get a headshot. The Indra, if I remember right, is the triple fired one. It's been a long time since I've played this, to be truthful. So anyway, let's upgrade the Mantis. Max it out with +5. The Harrier. Upgrading them decreases weight, increases demo and ammo capacities. You can see on the right. To say it's actually a lot easier upgrading these ones than the multiplayer ones, because how the multiplayer, it's kind of like a horde mode if you've never played it. You do missions and you get money for the missions, and then you use the missions to buy like deploy crates, and the crates will have random stuff in them, so you won't always know what you're going to get. And the more expensive crates have a higher chance of getting rare weapons and stuff. So while it is good, it can also be difficult. Sniper rifle concentration mod, that is a very, very good thing to have. It basically means while using a sniper rifle, even if you're not a soldier class like I am, you get a temporary like adrenaline module thing. I think you get a default one of them when you're the infiltrator class. Like you get a slowdown even without it when you use sniper rifles. So I could like use this, which increases damage, or this, which increases capacity. But I go for the damage because the damage is quite a big increase. As these mods go up, they actually change what they look like as well. So this extended barrel at the moment, it looks more like a silencer than anything else. But as that like levels up, like you get to extended barrel 2 and 3, it'll look more like a anti-material rifles barrel. So yeah, there are a few change view. Yep, there are a few good modifications and stuff. There you go. Stability by 30%. The next one's probably going to be like 60 or something. It'll be much more accurate. It means a lot more damage per shot. On the second game, the Cerberus Harrier, this is like a redesign, an automatic version of the Matic, but the Matic was one of the better weapons from the second game. It's not as good in this one. It may be better like once it's leveled up. I may give it a try, but as it is, it's not the best. Might get rid of the pistol. Stick with sniper rifle and machine guns at the moment. Until I get more modules to like upgrade them and stuff. And now for the next minute and a half, we're going to have like the things that pop up at the bottom right. So this is probably going to be it for this episode. I've talked to everybody I can talk to, and the next is just to go on missions. I'll make a quick jump to the actual map. Let's go to CIC. Yeah, I'm very glad the CIC takes, well, moving between ship parts only takes like 5 seconds, and not the minute it did on the other game. Mass Effect 2, maybe because my CPU is just better. Clusters already conquered by Reapers can be accessed using a Normandy stealth drive. Yeah. Now I have a mission. I can go there. Cerberus Lab. It's basically it's an image of what the multiplayer would be like. Only rather than just having you and your teammates, you have you and possibly 4 other people. Yeah, I'm suddenly changing my mind on like recording 20 or 30 pieces. I may release the ones I've got going now over the next few days, and if anyone is interested in it, like any of the friends that I play games with, which not many have this for this, because a lot of people kind of share my opinion and are not fans of Origin, which you need to have to play this game. You can't play Mass Effect 3 through Steam, which is a real shame. But I wouldn't mind playing a couple of games, or maybe even record a couple of like sessions footage of playing the multiplayer with some friends. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go to all of these places, do the searching, and then when I come back I may do the Cerberus Lab and then go straight to the Turian Primarch mission. It'll depend how it goes. Recover a Prothean artifact. That's DLC mission, I believe. Yeah, there's quite a few things I can do, but a lot of them are going to do off screen because they're just flying around in the Normandy like, well, this. I'll show you a quick example. This is for those who've never played this game, seen this game, which is honestly probably a very small number. So you go around and you search.
I found something.
And searching alerts Reapers in the system. You get that all the way up, and the Reapers will come in and attack you. And you can get game over that way. But it's a good way to find resources. Resources, war assets, all kinds of things. There it is. Similar to the Mass Effect 2's searching thing, but different. Weapon upgrade kit. I can have another upgrade thingy. Yeah. So anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this, and I'll see you in episode 6. I think this is 5. Anyway, bye bye. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time.